Lots of others are joining us as we speak. All right. Um, all right. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. Hello to everybody that has just joined in now. It's a pleasure to have so many of you from the student community with us here today. We are extremely excited to answer all your questions. And joining me today on this Meet with Mentors is Arjun Suresh. He's the founder and
Hey
administrator.
everyone.
Are you, sorry, somebody speaking? Please keep yourselves on mute so that it doesn't interrupt the session. Unless you're called on and your question is selected, at which point I'll call your name out and you can unmute yourselves. Okay, with no more interruptions this time, joining me is Arjun Suresh, who's the founder, administrator of GATEOverflow. He's also one of the most popular faces of GATEOverflow that you might have seen floating around a lot. Sachin Mittal and Deepak Poonia are the co-founders of Go Classes. Go Classes on GATEOverflow is a very important pillar of our student community. It's a great tool for learning. Shaik Masthan works alongside me and is an administrator at GATEOverflow. And he too is one of the important pillars of our mentor community here. Once again, welcome everybody, and let's dive into this Q&A session with our mentors. Question number one came in when we were initially beginning to field questions, and one of the students said, how can I be motivated when I'm preparing for the GATE exam? Because so often I tend to go off track and feel demotivated. So Sachin, I think you can take this first question.
Okay, sure. So, hi everyone, and thank you for joining. Let me take this question. So, yes, this is a common problem that a student face. That how can we stay motivated? Let me first tell you that if you are feeling demotivated during this time, then it is natural, and I want to congratulate you for this because that proves that you are not a robot, which means you are a human being, and you are facing this particular scenario, which is faced by almost every topper. So this is very much natural, first of all. So take it lightly, okay? Don't take it on too much of your head that this is something which is happening with you only. But the difference between someone who will not be able to crack gate and someone who will be able to crack gate will be that they both will be facing demotivation, but the difference will come that how much time you are taking to get over this. For example, when I was preparing, usually I used to take 1 or 2 days, okay, sometimes maybe 1 or 2 hours even, okay, just to get out of the demotivation. It happened 3 or 4 times with me, but for some people it might happen 4 or 5 times or 6 or 7 times, or for some people it might not at all happen. So it will depend on person to person, but just make sure that you are not taking too much time, okay, to get over this. This is the first thing that I would like to convey. And if your question is that how can be stay motivated, like I mean, how to not even come to that phase to get demotivated. So just think about your motivation, that why you have started this gate preparation. See, for me, the motivation was very weird. For example, that like I used to think, and eventually it was true only. I used to think that okay, when I will be joining, let's suppose some great college like ISC, IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Kanpur, some top Indian institute, then I will be getting a great peer group, and this was one of my motivation. And also definitely the salary was the motivation, that I will be getting good tag of the college, I will be getting good salary. So these were few motivations for me that kept my preparation alive. So I will suggest you to remember why you started at the first place, and whenever you are getting demotivated, don't worry, it is very natural. Just make sure that you are taking less time to get over it. So this is my suggestion to all of you. Yeah.
That's brilliantly put, isn't it? Failures are a part of life, but don't take too much time to dwell on it. Get over it as quickly as possible. Thank you so much, Sachin.
Thank you.
We now come to question two, which is also a very often asked question. How should I learn from my previous mistakes? I think Sheikh, I think you'd be the apt person to answer this. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. The question slide in the slide, the question has been changed. Can you change it to question 2? Yes. Good evening, one and all. Hope everyone is doing good and you are in the learning concepts. The main the question is, how should students learn from previous mistakes? See, mistakes are we are all human beings, so mistakes are very common. So one should know how to avoid them. If you ask the who is get A1, he will also say that I have missed 2 marks because of a silly mistake. So first we need to analyze that what are the types of mistake. We can have the conceptual mistakes and practice mistakes and silly mistakes. So how to deal with these conceptual mistakes? We need to build our conceptions right. We need to remove our misconceptions. We need to refer some standard books are like this. But what about that practicing mistakes? We need to practice. Sometimes we know the concept, but we don't practice it much. So in the exam hall, we forget some basic concepts. Something like if I ask something IEEE representation, someone will take that Mantissa all bits one. It is valid or not? Like this, we need to practice. Then only we can remember. One more type of mistake is commonly we can know that silly mistakes. So silly mistakes are very common, but we need to minimize it. How much you minimize it, that much rank you will get. Silly mistakes, something like in the calculator you have multiplied with 2, but while entering it to the you want to multiply with 2, but you have multiplied with 3, and answer that is calculated and enter into the answer sheet. But because of this silly mistakes, you got less rank. To avoid these silly mistakes, we need to practice and be careful in the exam. Thank you. That's it. And one more thing I want to add to this question is previous mistake. We need to note down what are the types of mistakes we are committing in the exam while attempting the test series or somewhere we see in the questions. Whenever you see the question, you need to analyze what are the mistakes I have did regarding the while preparation. So all these things you can compile and be ready in the mind, so you can avoid those mistakes and you can learn from the mistakes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sheikh. That's beautifully answered. And it's really a question of introspection, isn't it? Where did I go wrong? What happened? Just to summarize, there were three kinds of mistakes that Sheikh was talking about: conceptual mistakes, mistakes while practicing those concepts, and also silly mistakes, all three of which must be avoided as much as possible. All right, let's move on to question number 3 now. I think you all got snippets of this question just a few seconds ago. So this is from somebody preparing for 25. For GATE 25, if an aspirant starts preparation today, right at this moment, what tips would you offer them considering how much time is left now? Sachin, you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you for asking me to take this question. So yeah, this is common question nowadays because the time is very right, which means that you don't have too much time and neither you have too less time. So this is the correct time in the sense that if you could have asked this question, let's suppose 1 month later, then probably I would have suggested that okay, you might be little late. But as of now, I will not say this the same thing that you are late or something, because the time is enough. But obviously we need to plan it very wisely, right? Now hopefully all of the aspirants who have joined here are either from gate cs or from gate da, so we'll be answering this question with regard to either gate cs or gate da. So see, the fact is that gate cs and gate da both are comparatively, I will say, based on my experience, obviously it might differ on from person to person, but based on my experience, I will say both of the exams are comparatively easier compared to, gate electronics, gate mechanical, like that. So also it is these two streams are comparatively, I will say, interesting also. Anyway, so coming to answer this question, see, for gate da, I will say that you have little lesser syllabus for sure than gate CSE, right? So for gate da, like I will ask you to prepare thoroughly, and I will suggest you to prepare so much that you should be aiming for like, for example, under 50 or under 100 rank, because that is very much practical target I'm suggesting you. Because see, for gate DA particularly, if I talk, then the subjects like linear algebra, probability calculus, machine learning, AI, DSA, DBMS, and yeah, I think I've covered all the subjects. So these are the subjects that are in gate DA, and not every subject is having too much of length. So the subjects are having very, crisp length, and the subjects are also, you can say, you can cover almost all the subjects in definitely 5 months, and in the remaining 1 month definitely you have the buffer time to practice more, to revise more, like that. So for gate DA, just target to get into even top 50, because that is a very much practical target. Now coming to gate CSE, let me be very practical with you. If let's suppose you are repeater, then definitely the chances are high to score you for under 50 or under 100 rank, or under 200 rank. If you are repeater, then definitely there's a very good chance. But suppose that you are preparing very first time, right, and you have not seen any subject before, neither you have even heard about the topics before, then in that case I will suggest you to prepare in in a way that in the order of the subject, in a way that just target the subjects which you can complete faster. For example, let's suppose it might depend on person to person, but for example, let's suppose that someone is very interested in, let's suppose, C programming, or let's suppose operating systems, or maybe DBMS. Then whatever subject is most interest of you, you start with that subject first. Okay, don't think that, okay, whatever subject is least interest to me, I will finish it first, because you need momentum to start with. So if you start with the subject which is very interesting to you, then obviously it will bring you the momentum to for the next few months, right? So start with the subject which is very interesting to you, and then the next less interest subject, and the next less interest subject. Because based on my experience, I will say that almost all the subjects are having equal weightage, in the sense that obviously, like, subjects like compiler design has less weightage, but at the same time, compiler design requires less duration also, right? So in terms of, if I talk about the proportion, that how much time a subject required and how much weightage it is in the gate exam, it is having the equal proportion. Maybe like, you can think it is like profit by weight ratio that we study in greedy algorithms and algorithm subject. But anyway, so basically my point here is that every subject is having equal proportion of the weight, proportion in the sense of their the width of the duration they have, and the weightage they cover. So you just prepare in the order of most interesting subjects, and at the end it might so happen that you may tend to leave. For example, for particularly for gate CSE, if I'm talking about, you may tend to leave one or two subjects. That is also fine, because we have seen many toppers previous years also who have topped gate under 100 rank, even after leaving one subject entirely. So at my time, there was one of my senior, Paragi Agarwal, who has also developed gate overflow predictor along with Arjun sir. So you might know him. He has developed. He was the very first person along with Arjun sir who has developed gate overflow rank predictor. And I think Arjun sir may correct me, but he has left computer networks, if I remember correctly. Similarly, last year Aditya Shaw was there. Aditya Shaw, I think he has also left one of the subject, probably computer networks, and said he has left two subjects. I don't remember completely, but yeah, we have seen many toppers. Those toppers have even left the subjects entirely, and still they managed to top under 100 rank. So gate doesn't require you to get 100 out of 100 marks. Okay, just fix this mindset that gate is not requiring you to get 100 out of 100 marks to top get AIR under 100. So definitely, if you even skip one subject but you are having the good command on other subjects, definitely you are tend to like under 100, under 200, or definitely under 500 rank. Now just on the closing remark, I would like to add one more thing, that some people think that, okay, under 500 rank might not be useful, or under 800 or under 1000 rank is not useful at all. But let me just tell you, even with under 1000 rank, you can crack. I mean, you will be getting the calls from top IIT interviews for their MS programs or MTech research programs, and if you crack it, then you can easily I mean, you will be actually equivalent to AIR1, in the sense that, let's suppose you are cracking MTech research at ISC, and you get the admission at ISC in MTech research, then it is as good as MTech. So this is one misconception, or some common less understood point that I would like to convey, that people think that MTech research is not good or something like that because they offer MTech research at the less rank. No, it's not like that. MTech research and MTech are equivalent in terms of placement opportunity, in terms of let's suppose you want to do PhD further or whatever you want to do in your life. MTech and MTech research are equivalent. So even if you tend to get under 1,000 rank in these 6 months, then also you can get your dream college like IIT or ISC. So just prepare, and like best of luck. I will just say that. And I would just like to share one YouTube video that we have taken, I think 1 year or 1.5 year back, and that video might be useful to you. You can just watch that video. I'm sharing in the comment section. You can watch that video later on for 6 months preparation strategy. Yeah, sorry if I took too much of time.
Not at all, not at all. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, Sachin. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
thank
all
you.
your inputs. I just want to ask if any of the other mentors also want to weigh in on this question. Deepak, you want to add something?
So actually, every important point Sachin has already covered, and also the link that Sachin has sent, so that basically in that video we are only discussing this simple point, that how to prepare for the GATE exam in the last 6 months. So I think that video will be very helpful. So students can watch that video also. One just one point I want to convey here, that if you are starting today, then depending on your goal, first you fix your goal, which basically which rank you want to get. See, many toppers, many students who want to become a topper, they will be thinking that this is a silly question, because we should target the I can say the single digit rank or top 100 rank. We should always aim for the, I can say, for the top rank. But actually for many students, because you are starting now, I'm assuming that you are starting your preparation now, and you have not done any subject so far. You don't have any idea, you did not study any subject so far, and only 6 months are remaining. So the best thing is, first you decide basically what rank you want to get. Okay, and after that you will have to put your efforts. Okay, if you think that, okay, means basically if you are thinking that, okay, this year I will get as best rank as possible, and next year I will prepare again, this type of mindset many students have. So it is a practical thing that I am talking about. And so then you can approach your preparation according to that. One more thing, that Sachin is also talking about, that you should start with your favorite subject, or you should start with the subject which is very small, like compiler design. You can start, but for compiler design you have to study some part of TOC, some part of theory of computation. There is a dependence here. Okay, but for example, you can start with another small subject, like engineering mathematics itself is small, and it carries, I can say, good marks. So you can start with a subject which is small, or I can say which is very interesting to you. You don't have to take it on your ego that, okay, I will complete this subject first. For example, I've seen this, that many students, they don't like CN, they don't like computer network, they don't understand computer network, but still they take it on ego, that, okay, I will give maybe 20-30 days, I will maybe 20 days I will give to computer network, I will understand it. They take it like a challenge. They take it like a ego. But I want to tell them that you don't have to take it on ego. You can keep it for maybe and this happens that many students, many aspirants, they do computer network. This is a complicated subject actually, so they do this type of subject at the end of their preparation. They start with some good subject like C programming. That is a very nice subject. Okay, once you study the concepts of C programming for a very long time, you will not forget. But what happens in computer network like subject, computer network, computer organization, these are the subject where you study the concept, and after some time you tend to forget. Okay, so it is best that you start with the easy subject, or you start with your favorite subject, as Sachin told, and you just go in that order. Okay, one more thing, there is a discrete mathematics course which is very big, very very big subject. So don't start, if you are starting your preparation now, okay, then don't start with discrete mathematics. For discrete mathematics, what you can do, I'm telling you that in classes we are creating summary lectures. So for discrete mathematics, you can watch those summary lectures. Okay, those will be as good as the main course. Okay, but the main course, let's assume you are learning from some resources. Most of you are go classes students. Okay, and if you did not study discrete mathematics so far, then what you can do, you can study discrete mathematics from the summary lectures. Okay, and one more thing, that after doing any subject, just solve previous year questions. And how to judge whether you have a good understanding of the subject or not, that is, if you are able to solve 70 or 80% previous year questions of any topic, then you have good understanding of that topic. You don't have to solve by yourself 100% questions, 100% get previous year questions of any topic. Okay, you can just judge yourself that, okay, I have studied this topic. For example, let's assume multiplexer, or any topic in the C language, let's assume pointer. Now if you are able to solve 70% or 80% questions, gate questions, then you have very good understanding of that topic. Okay, and the remaining 20 or 30% questions, for those you can just see the explanation on the GATEOverflow website. Okay, so you don't have to worry. I have seen some students, they send me message that, sir, I'm not able to solve some questions, then they get demotivated. Don't worry, no one is able to solve all the questions. Everyone will be able to solve, I can say, by themselves, maybe 70% question, maybe 80% question, and that is a very big number. Okay, so that's all from my side.
Thank you so much for that answer, Deepak. Really, in the end, if a lot of it comes down to psychology, doesn't it? What your mindset is like, what your outlook is like. And also start with the subjects that are interesting to you so that you can gain some momentum, like Sachin and Deepak both mentioned. Let's move on to the fourth question now. This is also, something that we hear a lot from students. What is the ideal lifestyle to follow in terms of diet and exercise to stay fit during preparation? Deepak, you want to weigh in on this again, and then maybe Arjun, you could also come.
Actually, personally, I don't think these things are relevant. In cricket match, you have seen Rohit Sharma. He so he is not fit, but he is he scores a lot of runs. So see, these things are actually not important. That is my personal opinion. Okay, so you can, for example, some people, I have seen some YouTube videos where people are suggesting that, okay, you should wake up at 4 a.m., then you should have a discipline, you should have a timetable, you should do this, you should do that. So I don't think these things are really relevant. Okay, so if you have this kind of habit, then you can keep following. Okay, for example, if you regularly go to gym, keep going to gym, no problem. Okay, if you sleep at 4 a.m., if you wake up at 4 a.m., both are fine. So these things, for me, these things are irrelevant. As a gate aspirant, or as any exam aspirant, you should just basically study when you are fully focused. That is what I believe. Okay, for me, it doesn't matter when I'm studying. Okay, I can study at 2 p.m., I can study at 2 a.m. Both are fine for me, as long as I can fully concentrate. Okay, so for me, I'm just saying that for me, these things, they do not matter. I never see this, I never follow this kind. Actually, in our life, we should definitely have this kind of approach, that we have a fixed time to sleep, fixed time to wake up. Okay, those things we should have, but not as a gate aspirant. These things are not mandatory. Okay, once you have cracked the gate exam, okay, once you have gone to, I can say, professional or professional life, then you can follow these things, so that your health will be very nice. Okay, so because sometimes I also have back pain, a lot of back pain I have. So I should I'm telling to myself that I should follow a good lifestyle. But as a gate aspirant, I'm saying that you have 6 months in front of you. You just study anytime. It doesn't matter whether you as I told you, whether you wake up at 4 a.m., whether you sleep at 4 a.m., doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. This is my opinion. But of course, Arjun sir and Sachin, they can add something to it.
Yeah, so I also agree with what Deepak Deepak is saying. So the main point here is that these things, like the lifestyle things, are important, but they are not like relevant for gate purpose. And also like maybe like during a gate preparation, maybe these things become a less important because you need more time for gate preparation. So I can say from the experience of most like gate toppers and all, throughout their lifetime, the kind of the most time they have spent on either like study or work might be during the gate preparation time. So they have less time to worry about any other things, even though they are necessary. So yeah, so the point is that like I can say like most gate toppers would not be thinking about these things. Like Deepak told, if they are already used to a like a good lifestyle, they can follow it, but don't try to start it during the gate preparation times.
Right, right. So don't try to modify your lifestyle. Suddenly get up at 4 a.m. and burn the midnight oil and make all those kinds of radical lifestyle changes. All right, so let's get on with the next one.
Ashma, we have some raised hands, so maybe we can give them time.
Yes, Arjun. Shall we give them time towards the end or right away?
Maybe if the questions are relevant to the current question being discussed, I think it's better to do it at that point itself.
All right, makes sense. Yeah. So, Sumaya Kadir, I see that you've raised your hand. Could you please unmute yourself and let's hear your question?
My question is that sometimes I'm not able to do the questions. Like I've learned the concept, I've revised it. Let's say there is a topic in linear algebra or probability. I mean, I've revised it, but still I'm not able to make some of the questions. Where am I lagging? What should I do to improve this quality of solving the questions?
Okay, just to start with, I will just take this question. So, actually, as Deepak suggested, that it is possible that you will not be able to solve all the questions, and especially when you are, beginner, in the sense that when we start the test series or when we solve the questions in the August or September, at that time we are almost beginner. We have just studied the theory of that particular subject and probably solve few questions. But especially if you talk about, I think you're talking about Gate DA, right? If I'm correct.
Yes, sir.
So especially if you talk about Go classes Gate DA test series, it is a little challenging. Aim to prepare you well, that so that if you go to the exam, then you feel those questions are very very easy. So honestly telling that test series or the weekly quizzes are little harder on the little harder side. So for now, don't worry. Even if you have not able to solve, let's suppose 50 or 60% of the questions, like 40% question, I will say it is a good mark. But generally it is a one way implication, in the sense that if you are able to solve the questions, then probably you will be the chances are high that you will be getting a very good rank. But suppose you are not able to solve the question, it doesn't tell anything about whether you will be getting good rank or bad rank, which means that if you are not able to solve the question, because it is just a preparation phase in the gate, by the time of the gate exam arrive, then you will be better ready. And the gate exam questions will definitely be like if I particularly talk about the gate DM, will definitely be easier than what we are providing, because the exam has newly introduced and they are not asking you to be very much pro. But at Go classes we are making sure that you are pro. So the difficulty level is a little high in the Go classes test series and the weekly quiz. So if you are not able to solve, don't worry, just see that that if someone asks you, let's suppose after 10 days, that can you solve that particular weekly quiz question or the related question, then you should be able to answer once you attempt the weekly quiz. In the sense that after 10 days you should be able to solve the question. During the test it doesn't really matter, but after 10 days you should be revising the concept. 10 days means like after some time, if someone asks you to solve that particular question again or maybe the related question, then you should be well equipped to answer those questions. But at the time of exam it may or may not be answered, doesn't really matter. As I said, it is generally a one way implication. Like if you are not answering, that's fine. Like in the gate exam it doesn't tell you anything.
Okay, so it means I have to do the self analysis. Uh,
So
Yeah,
sorry.
analysis in the sense you just need to revise. See, just the only thing that is lacking is revision. In the sense that you need to do those questions again, need to revise the concept, and that's all. Like one thing I can say to you that if you are able to solve after 10 days, let's suppose if you're able to solve those kind of questions again, then you are definitely going to get top rank in gate if you are attempting go classes gate DA test series, because we have put very good questions there, obviously relevant to gate DA. We have not put too much high complex questions like that. We relevant to gate DA only we have put. Just make sure that you are able to solve those kind of questions after some time during the exam. It may or may not be possible, but don't obviously at the same time don't remember those answers, or don't try to mimic the concept or something like that. Try to understand everything well, that even after let's suppose 10 days, 20 days, someone asks you, you should be able to solve those questions later afterwards basically.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, just one thing I want to mention here, because last year Arjun sir, I think in the Go classes first orientation session, Arjun sir has told one line. So that is what I want to mention. So I think last year Arjun sir was thinking that we should create replica test. For example, if there is a test, topic test. Let's assume there is a topic test of linear algebra. Now for the same test we should create another test which will be same those same questions, same format, same questions, but just value change, or maybe so we are just creating replica. This kind of idea, I think Arjun sir, you can talk about it more. So this kind of idea Arjun sir was basically thinking about. Actually the point was that, see, once you attempt a test, then some mistakes you will make. Okay, let's assume that out of 15 questions you are only able to solve 5 questions, 10 questions you are not able to solve. Now you analyze your mistakes. What were the mistakes? Did you make silly mistake? Did you make conceptual mistake? Did you understand the concept in a wrong way, or did you not understand the concept at all? So basically for every question you just analyze what kind of mistake you made in that question. Okay, after the analysis, now after your analysis, now you are able to solve. Let's assume you have done the analysis of all the 15 questions, and now you are confident that yes, I got these 15 questions, now I can solve. Okay, these 15 questions now I can solve with confidence. I can solve. I understood the concept, I understood my mistake. Now I can solve these 15 questions. Now, so that is the reason Arjun sir wanted to create a replica test. Okay, so that now you try that replica test. Okay, and you just out of 15 questions, let's assume you are able to solve 12 or 13 questions at least. Then that's it, then you are good to go. So I think Arjun sir, you can talk about it. I think this kind of idea you were suggesting last year.
Yeah, thanks, Deepak. Yeah, so that's that is are called shallow test. So we actually have started adding it, but only a couple of tests are added so far. So the idea is that, say, like first time when you give a test series, you might get like say 40 or 50% of the mark, and then you put effort and learn the correct all the misconception and learn the topics to solve all the questions. But at that point, if you want to test whether you have actually learned everything, then you can take this shallow test. And the idea is that when you take the shallow test, you should be getting close to 100%, because those are the same questions or like same type of questions you have already practiced. So yeah, so the shallow test is a good way to check whether you have studied after giving the main test. So but remember one thing, gate exam won't be like shallow test. Means when you go to the gate exam, you won't be getting like 65 questions, and even 60 of them you would have seen exactly like that. But but there can be other exams, like say most of the PSU exams and all, where I think almost all the questions will be from the ones you have practiced. So that is one difference between like say PSU exams and gate exam. So if you are good at memorizing, then other exams might be very easy for you. So you just
I'm
have
sorry
to
to,
solve
I'm sorry to
all
interrupt
the.
you over here. By shallow test, you mean to say ki after analysis, I have to again attempt the questions of the test series. Let's say there are 15 questions, again I have to attempt them. Is that what what you meant to say by shallow test? I mean shallow.
Uh, Yeah, so the shallow test will be like an another test. Say, for example, you have given the probability test. So it has 30 questions. And then when you take the shallow test, it will be again the 30 questions, but it won't be exactly the same as the previous one. There will be slight changes, but there will be a one-to-one mapping for each question. So the topic and even the type of question will be exactly the same, but yet there will be some numerical changes and all. So the idea is that if you have studied the first question properly, you should be able to answer the corresponding shallow question. So yeah, so this is there only, I think, for aptitude so far, but we will try to add as much of cover as much of the test series as possible.
Okay, sir.
Actually, one more point, sir. Actually, what we wanted to say, that is, right now cello tests are not available. As sir is saying that we will add them in the future, but right now those are not available. But the point is that once you attempt a test, you should analyze your mistakes of every question. What kind of mistake you made? Did you make a silly mistake, conceptual mistake? What kind of mistake you made? Make sure that, see, whatever marks you get in the test doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. Let's assume out of 30 marks you are getting, let's assume, 10 marks. Okay, then also you don't have to demotivate. Okay, what you need to do, you just need to do analysis, and you need to make sure that after the analysis you are able to solve all those questions with confidence. Okay, in the future, if these questions come, if these questions they repeat in the gate exam or in any exam, then you must be able to solve those questions. That is the idea of analysis. So I have seen many students, what they do, they just see the question and they just try to, for example, let's assume there are 4 options and they know that option A is correct. Okay, they already know that option A is correct, but they don't have any idea of option B, C, D. Then I've seen many students, they don't care about BCD because they think that, okay, I know option A is correct, I have ticked it, okay, I got my correct answer, now I will move on. But they don't worry about the remaining 3 options. What I want to say that you just analyze every question, and you make sure that if this question comes in future in the gate exam in any way, okay, they change it, okay, they do some changes, but basically the format is same, the concept is same, then you must be able to solve that question in the gate exam. Okay, so after the test, marks do not matter. Really, they do not matter, but your analysis matters, how you do the analysis. And there was a student, Sisir Roy. He got all India rank 29 in gate 2023 CS. So he also said the same thing. After every test, he was analyzing his mistakes, and basically 3 categories he created. The categories were like this. One category was, he got silly mistake, so he did not worry about silly mistake too much, because it is a silly mistake. Next time he will not make the silly mistake. Next time he will be more focused. Okay, but second mistake is like, so second mistake is that, could I have done this question if there was unlimited time? This type of analysis he was doing, that this question, could I have done if I had unlimited time, then could I have done? Okay, then the third category was, maybe I could never do it, without seeing the answer, I could never do it. Okay, so this type of basic analysis Sisir was doing. So ultimately the point is same, that you must be confident. After the analysis, you must be confident that if these questions come in the gate exam, you should be able to solve them.
Got it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your question, Sumaya. I see that Rajat has also raised his hand. Rajat, go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. First, I just wanted to show my gratitude to Sachin sir. Thanks to his videos, I was able to get more into the intuitive level. So my question is somewhat of extension of what Soumya just asked. So she was more focused on the marks and the questions. So I'm more focused on the part how I can improve my intuition. For example, there will be new questions every time. And the thing is, I'm still a working data scientist and working Gen AI space only. But still, whenever I see a Sachin sir video, it gives me such intuitive level concepts on number of things. Even though I've read them so many times, I've gave interviews so many times on those things itself. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to understand from Sachin sir itself that okay, how he increased his intuition levels for these kind of questions, and how the thing is he is even able to form those questions. So that's my question.
Thank you, Rajat, for asking this question. So I can understand that whenever you are watching the video or solving the question, you are finding them something new in the videos or the questions. So I will say that this happens with everyone. For example, when I started my preparation, even I repeated GATE in the sense that I prepared for 2 years. So in the first year it was okay, but in the second year I was little more confident that now I should be knowing the things. But still, whenever I used to solve any good PYQ, then I used to, get insights from those PYQ. So the thing is that if you are getting some insight, then it is a good sign that it means that you are learning. The second thing is that like I might be wrong in this, but based on my experience, I can say you that there are like enough, or I can say there are like only limited number of concepts. So ultimately, they will exhaust, in the sense that if you watch the videos, if you solve test series or the weekly quizzes, then after some time the number of concept will get exhausted. So currently it might be seeming that okay, these are the overwhelming things that you need to do, but after some time you will start to relate the things, you will start to connect the dots. So initially it will take time, but definitely there will be the exhaustion that will come, you can say, for a particular subject. If you study it 1 or 2 times, if you revise it enough, like 1 or 2 times, if you study one time, if you revise it one more time, or you study one time, you revise it 2 times, then after some time number of concept will get exhausted. So you will not be finding very very new things in the questions or in the videos, and you will be able to solve the things. And as you are having the experience already in the machine learning, as you mentioned that you are already working as a data scientist and working in Gen AI space, so your expectation is like that you should be able to solve the things in one go, which might be, don't mind me saying it, but which might be little wrong expectation, because the things that you are working in is more or of like the practical domain, in the sense that how to, I don't exactly know that what work you are doing, but I'm assuming that in the industry generally, like they most of the time we spend in just feature engineering, just cleaning the data, pre-processing, and just applying few libraries, right, for machine learning libraries. So sometimes in the industry, as I also work at Amazon, I can say with my experience that we miss out on the things which are very much mathematical rigorous. For example, if you're applying linear regression in the for your project, then you might not be caring about the linear algebra behind it. For example, how that vector is having the projection on the column space of that particular data matrix or something like that. So basically, we don't too much care about the mathematics. I might be wrong, it depends on obviously the role you are working in, but mostly role I'm saying that we don't too much focus on the mathematics, so we tend to miss out on the little things. And that is where the gate DA fills your gap. So if you are already working in machine learning, definitely this gate DA will be having will be carrying so much of the concept with you that by any chance if you miss out the gate DA next year, or something happen, let's suppose, then it will immensely help you to switch your role if you want to change your company. Hopefully you don't want to. And also within the company, if you want to get good promotion or something like that, then it will definitely help you a lot. So don't worry, initially it will happen that you will be finding things new, but eventually it will get exhausted. This is my final takeaway.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Actually,
you.
that cleared up a lot of things. And actually, whatever you said is true. Like, we are mostly using tools and things like Kafka or sklearn, things like that for our
Right.
major daily use cases. So, yeah, I guess. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajat.
Thank you so much, Sachin. Thank you so much, Rajat, for that question. And now let's move on to question number 5, which I think Arjun can take. How can one utilize the test series on the Go platform?
Yeah, I think Deepak had already mentioned like how to focus on the test series, mistakes, analyzing. Yeah, so the main point there is that the marks, it's not important, or like the more important should be for the analysis part. But marks are also kind of important in the sense that, say, like if you are getting 20 marks or 20% of the marks, you know that like at least 20% you have almost completed. But whether you get 20% or 80%, you should always focus on the analysis part and see like what you need to do to get close to the 100%. But in GATE computer science, getting 100% is or like has never happened, because everyone makes mistakes, and GATE questions are not like getting repeated so that you can be getting 100%. But if you have covered every topic and every concept, you can get close to 100, like 90, 95 percentage have been achieved. And if even if you make a bit more mistakes, or you haven't covered some topics, you can still get 80 or 70 percentage and above. But yeah, but what we have seen is like only few people get that, and those are the ones who will be in the top 100 and all. So yeah, but if you focus on the analysis part, then it is definitely achievable. Yeah, that's it.
Right. Thank you so much, Arjun. So I think the focus here should be on the analysis part, really analyze your answers. All right, let's move on to question 6. Arjun, I think I'm going to let you take this one as well. The comment section under previous year questions contains so much information. How do I pick and choose and use information effectively?
Yeah, so I think like there are many mentors who answered very good in the comments, and I think the best example is Sachin, Sachin Mittal itself. He used to like give
Absolutely.
a detailed explanations in the comments, and you can see like I think his comments will be the most liked comments in the Gate Overflow. So what I would say, like if you are not happy with the answer, or like when you see the answer and you think okay, maybe some things are not clear, then you can quickly look in the comment section, and it's easy to identify a good comment because there will be a lot of likes in that. So like for example, almost all the comments of Sachin Mittal and all will be standing out, and there will be like some comments which might be questions itself, but those are also important because those will be pointing to some either misconception or concepts which normally people may not be thinking. So I would say like not only as an aspirant but also as an mentor and like developer of GateOverflow website, the comments were very useful because the difference between the GateOverflow answers and say like any other offline PYQ book is due to the comments, because we in GateOverflow we answer we see the comments and we try to make the answers answering those comments as well. So basically all the useful comments from the aspirants has really helped in making the answers on GateOverflow site much better. Yeah, and I think such Shaik, you wanted to add something here, right?
Yes, sir. I would recommend the aspirants to read not only the best answer. There are many other good answer on the same question available. So by reading the other answers, you can know that a new approach to solve the questions. And I will recommend the aspirants to read the total discussion before you commenting. Most of the time, I see that the same doubt has been cleared in the comment section, but still a new person coming and asking the same thing. So repetition can be avoided, and if you read the discussion, you can just know what is the perspective of other aspirant, how he is thinking, that how he is preparing, and all these things can be inferred from there. That's it. And the only comment section make GO is very special. You can discuss anything and related to the question, and you can ask from the mentors, and you can how many times you want, you can comment this is not clear, this is not clear, and this may be better, this may be the new approach. All these things can be we can do in the discussions. So I will recommend to the people to use as participate in the discussion as much as possible and clear all your misconceptions and help others too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arjun and Sheikh. That's beautifully answered. And I have to agree, the comment section is truly one of the most precious spaces on our website. All right, let's move on to question number 7. If we are beginning preparation today for the GATE exam, is it possible to omit or leave out any particular subject? I'll throw this one out in the open. Who would like to answer this?
Yeah, I think Sachin and Deepak have kind of answered it,
Right.
and I think I saw Shubham. Do you want to add something more?
Yes, 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 sir. Let me
Okay,
add something
go
to it. So, if we are beginning our preparation today, then can we leave any subject? So it is very required that we should cover all the subjects which don't have many topics like database operating system and compiler design theory of computation. Such subjects should be covered with priority. And also, am I audible?
Yes, Shubham, you're
You are
audible.
audible. Yeah.
So these subjects should be covered with priority, and we should not leave digital logic also behind. These subjects, previous year questions comes sometimes very easy questions we can see, and at the end it all depends on our schedule. But we can cover. I guess we can cover all the subjects, but we need to put the right number of hours, and that too we should get best hours of our schedule to cover things up. Like for GATE computer science, if we are targeting certain good rank or marks, we should not leave any subject. But the question is the time is less. Can we cover everything? So I think there are if we search out, then we have short notes available on our platform, and that too of standard books, and we can use them to cover up some of the subjects. And I think if something is not available, then students can put up the comment behind, and we will see that we will provide some of the standard resources available. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Shubham. I would also like to add some point here. I think earlier Deepak had given, oh, I think it was Sachin had given an example of Pragi Agarwal, and he got, I think, rank 37, and he had completely skipped computer networks. And I think some other gate toppers have also done the same. So, so the one difference between computer network subject is that it has the least dependency among any other gate subject. So it is okay to push it to the end, or like if you have covered everything else and you don't have time, you can kind of skip it. But never do it for subjects like discrete mathematics, because those are like the core ones. So if you say, like, if you skip discrete mathematics, it is highly unlikely that you will get above 60 marks in gate. So okay, if you want only like 50 to 60 marks, which will be around 1,000 to 2,000 rank, then it is okay. But if you really want to be a gate topper, subjects like algorithms, discrete mathematics, those are unavoidable. So never think about skipping those. But you can maybe like skip, like, say, calculus, which has a least dependency, and even computer networks has a lot of weightage, even though it has less dependency. So I won't recommend to skip it, but it can be like due to time constraint or something. And if you are really good in other topics and subjects, like, say, Pragi Agarwal, you can see how you can know how good he was in other subjects if you see the gate overflow answers by him. So don't think like anyone can do that. Like, you can skip computer networks and easily get into like rank 37 and all. So yeah, that's all.
I want to add some my personal experience on this question. When I was preparing, I was left that COA subject, but in the GATE exam, I have approximately 10 marks COA questions has been came. Finally, my rank is 330. Before leaving the subject, I was okay that by leaving these many marks I can lose. So if anyone wants to leave a subject, just prepare that how many marks remaining you have. Like that, before attempting the GATE exam, I was sure that I am going to attend only 90 for 90 marks only. In that 90 marks only, I have get 60 marks at 62, like something like. So you need to have that what is the rank, what is the impact by that subject you are leaving. Based on that impact, you will choose that whether I can leave or not. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Arjun, Shubham, and Shaik, for that answer. Let's move on to the next question. Arjun, I think you can take this one. How can one utilize the list feature on GATE Overflow to categorize questions?
Yeah, so one problem of Gate Overflow website is that there are too many questions. So people get confused, like how to identify the questions they want to focus on. So we had added this feature, list feature, which is visible in one of the tabs in Gate Overflow. So the idea is that when you go to a list, you will see only the questions which are added to the respective list. And the other feature of the list is that every question you have added to the list can be categorized subject wise. Means you go to the list and on the sidebar you can see the subjects. Then you click on say algorithms. Then only the algorithm questions in the list will be visible to you. So we also have like some predefined list. One of them is like the wrongly attempted questions. So whichever test, exam, or even quiz you take on GateOverflow website and you answer some question wrongly, those automatically gets added to the list. So anytime you can go to that respective list, and even you can go to you can filter it by the subject, and you can see all the questions which you had say made mistakes. And you can also manually add any question to say like a custom list, so that you can revisit them later. It works similar like bookmarking, but with a option to like filter by subjects. So this is more advanced feature than say like favorites, because when you add any question to favorites, you cannot categorize it by subject.
Right, that's a great answer. And it's really a way of personalizing the website and making it work for you. And all right, question 9. Is it possible to crack the GATE exam without any coaching at all? Shubham, I think you'd like to take this one.
Yes. Everyone is hearing me? Hello? Am I audible?
You are audible.
Yeah. So I think, is it possible to crack the GATE exam without any?
Shubham, you are lost.
Sorry, Shubham, we're not able to hear you. All right, we'll get back to Shubham on that one. Meanwhile, Deepak,
Okay, so
I think you'd like to weigh in on this question.
Hello. So, is it possible to crack GATE exam without any coaching at all? Definitely. Every year there are some students who crack the GATE exam and by completely self preparation, from standard books or from NPTL. So actually I want to tell you one thing, that it is definitely possible. Okay, but you you should evaluate yourself whether you can do it without coaching or not. See, if you have habit in your btech, if you have habit of studying standard resources, standard books, then you can definitely crack the GATE exam without any coaching. But let's assume you don't have habit of watching NPTL lectures, you don't have habit of studying standard books. Okay, then it might be, because only 6 months are remaining, it might be difficult for you to crack without any coaching, from standard resources or from NPTL. It might be hard for you. So I have seen like there are many students, I talk to them, and I see that there are some toppers, and they tell me that, sir, from the first year of btech I have been studying, for every subject I have been studying standard books. Okay, that is very rare actually in our at least in the tier 3 or tier 2 colleges. That is actually rare. That because students, what they do, they just purchase some local book, right? In every college there are some local books, students they purchase, and they wrote learn, just to pass the semester exam. So if that kind of study you have done in your btech, okay, just rote learning, to pass the semester exam, studying from the local book, some local book you have taken, printout you have taken of some local book, so that kind of study if you have done in your btech, then it might be difficult for you to crack the gate exam without coaching. But if you have habit of studying standard resources, standard books for different subject, or watching NPTEL lectures, if you have habit of that, then you can definitely crack the gate exam without any coaching, with help of NPTEL lectures, with help of standard books. So if you ask me, is it possible, the answer is yes. But is it possible for you? That depends on you. So please evaluate yourself, because this year I remember, I think all India rank 8, all India rank 8, I think Utkar Sharma. So he has prepared from the standard resources. Okay, in his BTech life also, he has studied standard resources, standard books for every subject. So he has a good habit of learning from the standard resources directly. So that you have to evaluate yourself. Arjun sir.
Yeah, thanks, Deepak. I think you answered it perfectly. It is surely possible. And we have one example, Rishabh Gupta, who was All India rank 2, and he only did he had taken no coaching at all. So yeah, and again, when we talk about coaching, even like there are many people who get good rank in GATE even without any preparation at all. Means no coaching, no preparation also. What is the reason? Because they might have prepared for something else. For example, anyone who is like preparing well for like competitive programming, they would have already covered discrete mathematics, algorithms, programming, and all. So I would say like anyone who is topping the like competitive programming and all, if they give GATE, I'm sure they will get at least 50 marks. So if they put some effort, then easily like 50 mark itself means like you are in the top 1,000, or like you are already in the 99 percentile. So yeah, so whether you need coaching or all depends on like where you are standing now. So yeah, I think all other points Deepak has already answered. Shubham, are you back?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, yeah, please.
So I was saying that if we have a proper revision schedule for planned out for the preparation, then we can certainly possibly graduate it now. And one of the things is cyclic revision is very important, as it will help us to refresh the question after say that every 10 days or 15 days, as we can plan it out. So this thing will keep our mindset fresh related to the questions and the concepts we are covering. And this will certainly be an expected while giving the test series and mock exams at the before the gate exam. And surely we will be able to see the results of it. So I think yes, it is possible to crack gate without coaching. But as if we are, if some of you are, I guess, enrolled in Go classes, so we can say that Go classes founders are, you can see that they have grinded very hard and they had put so much of effort, and we can see their comments from like previous years that how much they have grinded and put out the standard sources available for us. So I think it is not like any other coaching environment which we have seen and which we see nowadays. So I think it is all about putting standard resources easily available to all the students who are sent on GATEOverflow and enrolled with good classes. So I think yes, it is very much possible to get GATE, and we have seen numerous examples of it. If we go through the logs present at our platform, then surely we can see that people from different streams will like getting a rank 10K plus, and now of other branch and other year, a year later they were able to get a better rank. And as in last year, final year students also of other branch are getting very good rank. So yes, it is like possible to get without having a
Right. Thank you, Shubham, Deepak, and Arjun. I just also want to mention that our mentors are also answering questions in the comment section. So if you have a question, you could also post your question in the comment section. I see Nirmal Arvind has raised his hand. Nirmal, go ahead. All right.
Hello? Hello?
Let's.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, Nirmal. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. And my question to the three mentors: how to maintain the motivation level because of my friends are getting job, getting salary better. So I am preparing now, get go classes. So how to maintain that motivation level daily at all during the preparation and during the night time also. That's my question.
So actually, let me answer it. Nirmal, when I did my BTech, then many of actually most of my classmates they had job. I did not have. So I was preparing for the GATE exam, and they were earning in the companies. So in my mind also these things were running, that he's earning every month, he is earning 40,000, 50,000. Okay, and I'm preparing for the GATE exam, uh, and after the GATE exam I will do MTech. Then I will start earning. So by that time he will be earning so much amount. So this kind of calculation used to go inside my mind sometimes. Okay, but one thing I can tell you today, that it really doesn't matter. Once you top the GATE exam, once you go to old IIT or ISC Bangalore, these colleges, okay, and then after MTech you get a top placement, you can leave all your classmates behind you. Maybe some exceptional person can be there, who is earning, I can say, a very good amount, but most of the people, most of the classmates who are right now, who are ahead of you, you can easily leave them behind you after few years. Okay, so first you there are many ways for success. GATE is one of those, I can say. Okay, GATE exam is one of those exams which can get you, I can say, a very good success in your life, whether you want to join PSU, whether you want to go for MTech in old IIT, ISC Bangalore, or Triple IT Hyderabad, these kind of colleges. So you just prepare for the GATE exam, get a top rank, do the MTech. After MTech you will get a, if you in your MTech, if you study nicely, then you will get a good placement. And over the years, I can say in just next few years, you will leave all your classmates behind you. So don't worry. Right now they might be ahead of you, it doesn't mean that they will always be ahead of you. Okay, so and this is true. You can ask any topper, any GATE topper who has completed their MTech, and who is right now working in Amazon, Microsoft, in any college, in any company. So you can ask them, they will tell you that they have left all their classmates behind them. So don't worry, you just focus on your preparation. Don't think about these unnecessary things. Okay, so these things are not going to help you.
Thank you so much, Nirmal and Deepak. I just want to mention that we plan to wrap this meeting up by 5:30 at the latest. We've already overshot our initial deadline of 5 p.m. All right, Mitesh Chaudhary, I see that your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Mitesh.
Yes, sir. I have a question that means I am in the third year now and I have completed 8 to 9 subjects. And now it's getting tough and hectic to handle the revision of this. Means I am doing the question practice side by side at the weekends, but I am asking regarding the daily basis on the weekdays, how we can do that. Hello.
Yes. Hello, Arjun sir.
Yeah, I think Deepak, it's better you can answer that.
So, Mitesh, you are asking on daily basis how to do revision.
Yes.
So actually, for this, this is my strategy that I applied during my preparation of the GATE exam. So once I complete a subject, let's assume I complete DBMS, then it was my habit that I would every day, after completing a subject, every day I will solve one or two questions from that subject. Just I've this let me tell you, for the topic lattice, in discrete mathematics there is a topic lattice. So once I did during my GATE preparation, once I completed that topic lattice, then for the next I can say for the next 20 or 30 days, every day I was solving one question of lattice from the gate overflow. You can see on the gate overflow, under most lattice questions you will find my comment or my answer. So I remember it because for 20 or 30 days, every day one or two question I was solving from lattice. And what happened that uh, after that, after those 20 or 30 days, I never had to revise that latest topic, because every day I have done one question. So that topic, now that topic is very I can say very much my strong point. So what you can do, once a subject is over, you can just solve maybe one or two question every day. It will not take much time. One or two questions will take only 5 minutes. So 5 minutes of your day you can give to the subject which you have completed. Just solve one or two question, and these questions can be very easy, doesn't matter, because your purpose is not to solve complicated question. Your purpose is to keep those concepts fresh in your mind. So every day if you are solving one two question, every day, let's assume two question you are solving. Someday you are solving a question of SQL, next day you are solving a question of normal forms, next day you are solving two questions of indexing. So like that, if you are doing okay, then you will not need any revision, let me tell you, because you will not forget the concepts. Okay, so remember, the purpose is to keep the concepts fresh in our mind. So every day, and one more thing I want to tell you, like after I went to ISC Bangalore, what I did, in many WhatsApp groups I was there, and of course my MTech was going on, but I was there in many WhatsApp groups, and I was answering doubts of the students. Okay, and let me tell you that it helped me so much that in 2020, in my second year of MTech, I went for the GATE exam, and I got all India rank 53. And I did not prepare for the GATE exam because my semester was going on, and everyone knows ISC Bangalore MTech, that is very hectic. So without any dedicated preparation of the GATE exam, without revising all the concepts, all the subjects, I got 53 rank. Because, and the whole credit I can give to those daily doubts that I'm solving of the students. Okay, so every day if you are doing something, that has a lot of impact, let me tell you. And let's assume today a subject is over, and after 1 month you do revision, then after 1 month you do revision, it will not be very helpful. Okay, but every day if you are solving two question, you will not need any revision, and it will be it you will feel the benefit of this after maybe few months. After 2 or 3 months, you will see the benefit of this strategy, and it will not take much time. So but you need a lot of dedication to implement this strategy. Okay, once a subject is over, now you have to just go to the GATEOverflow website, click the, let's assume, DBMS, click the DBMS button. Okay, just solve two questions, but you have to choose those two questions. Those two questions should be at least well framed questions. Those must not be very poor questions. Sometimes some test series questions are very poor. Those will only I can say decrease the level of your preparation. Those will not increase the level of your preparation. So just select two. I can suggest, for example, two GATE PYQs. Okay, just every day take two GATE PYQs and solve them. It doesn't matter those are easy or hard. It doesn't matter, because your purpose is to keep the concepts fresh in your mind.
Okay, sir, got it. And I have another questions also. One question last.
So sorry, Mitesh. I'm so sorry to
No, no.
interrupt you.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
would you be able to raise your hand once again? We just like to complete all the questions on screen before we take student questions.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. No issues.
All right. Thank you, Mitesh. And thank you, Deepak, for that answer. Let's move on to question 10 now. Is it possible to crack the exam if a candidate has failed it multiple times already? Arjun, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, so this is a like a difficult question, but based on the previous history, I can say it is possible, definitely possible. There are people I know who have got 2-digit ranks in their fourth attempt, and first attempt might be even disqualified. But one trend, though, if you see their marks, they almost always consistently improve. So they might start with say 10,000 rank, and in the next time they get into say 4,000 rank, then say 500 or 600 rank, and then a 2-digit rank. But there are many people who consistently gets the same rank, whether it be 10,000 or say 1,000 rank. So so it's all up to what do you feel like? If you feel like, okay, these are the things which I missed, or like I need to improve, and if I do it, I can get a better rank. So if you have that feeling, of course you will be getting a better rank if you prepare again. But if you think like, okay, if I repeat, I get more time, and I will, if I continue, I just need to do continue doing the same thing, and I will get a better rank, most likely you may not get it. So so I can say like, mostly many of the toppers are first timers, many are second timers, but the number of people who became a topper in their third attempt, that will be very less in GATE. So this will be very different from, say, like civil service exams or many other exams where the more time you have, the better rank you will be. That I think GATE is not such an exam. So here I would say, if you are going preparing for GATE for your third time, you have to think carefully whether it is worth or you will be improving. But many people, like, or like the majority, are either first timers or the second timers. So preparing for this, like, second time is very much okay, because mostly you might not have got enough time for the first attempt. But if you have, say, like, given 1 year for GATE completely dedicated, and then you want to prepare again, you must be confident enough for doing that. And I don't know if Sachin or Deepak would like to add something more here.
Yes, sir. There are many students who have cracked the GATE exam in fourth or fifth attempt. Now it is definitely a question that whether it was worth it or not. So that is a different question. But as long as it is like the concern is cracking the GATE exam, so I think that as you said that either the first timer or the second timer, they have the highest probability of cracking the GATE exam. Okay, then the probability just keeps getting decreased, as you just keep like the third attempt, then fourth attempt, fifth attempt. Actually the probability of getting the top rank, I will honestly say that will just, I can say, decrease. But it doesn't mean that you will not top, because I myself know my very good friend, he cracked IIT Kanpur. He got IIT Kanpur in the fifth attempt, I think. In the he started preparation with me, and then in the fifth attempt he got IIT Kanpur. Now if I talk to him, then he says that it was worth it for him. As I'm saying that if you crack the GATE exam in the fifth attempt, then whether it is worth it or not, those 5 years, that is worth it or not. So that depends on you. If I ask him, he says that it was worth it. Okay, so anyway, if you are, see, if you are concerned that if you are right now if you have already prepared 4 times, 5 times for the GATE exam, maybe 3 or 4 times for the GATE exam, then you can definitely crack it. Okay, but you just have to see whether it is worth it or not, giving another attempt, whether it is worth it or not. You have to see, yeah, see your maybe family situations, your basically evaluate your situation, whether you should go for the next attempt or not. Okay, but as sir said that taking one drop or maybe two drop, that is definitely worth it. That is what I believe, because there is a strong probability of getting a top rank in the GATE exam in the first attempt and in the second attempt. I will say in the second attempt the probability is maximum. Maybe
Right.
Sachin can,
Beautiful answer.
yes.
All
Yes,
right. Shall we move on to question 11?
sure.
All right. One of the students asks, how can one make the best use of an IIT or an IISc to get into the top 5 PhD programs in the US? And if one isn't able to get into these top 5 PhD programs, should they instead strengthen their application by taking a research job instead?
Yeah, so this question is slightly different. That this is more applicable for a master student who have like already completed the GATE. But I
Yes.
can try to quickly answer this. So here, yeah. So the question is how to basically get into a top 5 PhD programs in the US. So based on my knowledge, I can say that here your advisor plays a big role. So if you have already, or if you are doing a MTech project under a good advisor, or a MTech thesis under a good advisor, the best person to answer this would be him. And say if you are not working under a like a famous professor, or he is not helping you here, then the second question becomes relevant, like whether to take up a research job or not. So again, so that will be like a second chance, or like second way to get into a top PhD program. Say like if you do a research job under a famous professor, again the professor is very important here, because many of the IIT or IIC professors will be having direct contact in the top US universities, and just the recommendation will be enough for getting the PhD position. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Arjun, for that. Let's move on to question 12. If I start preparing from the 10th of August, can I get an All India rank of less than 100? I am a student of Go classes. I have watched lectures on all the subjects and have also solved previous year questions of some topics.
Yeah, I think Sachin and Deepak can answer this.
Yeah, Sachin, Deepak, you want to take it?
Yeah, so I think this question was answered, directly or indirectly 2-3 times in this session. So, first of all, if you are for Gate DA, then I can say that yes, it is very much possible to get air under 100, even if you are okay. Sorry, you are having DL, okay, which means you are from Gate CSE. So for Gate CSE, yes, it is little longer than Gate DA. And the only thing that I want to convey is that instead of answering your question, I will ask you that why you have this question, in the sense that why you only want AIR 100. See, suppose by chance someone tell you that okay, you might not be able to get AIR 100. Okay, I don't want to spread any negativity. I just want to ask you this question. Suppose someone say to you that you might not be able to get AIR 100. Will you stop preparing? Obviously no. Why? Because as we told in the previous questions also, that even if you get air under 1,000 or 800 or 500, then this rank is very 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 useful to crack IIT or ISC interviews, because then only they will call you. So just prepare well. If you're getting air 100, that's best. Even if you're not getting, then your preparation won't be getting wasted, right? Your preparation will be useful in the sense that they will call you for the interview, and then you can prepare for the interview just one more month, and then you can easily crack the interviews. Based on my experience that I have got from many students, that about the interview feedback, that how was the interview, then literally there was very, or I can say negligible students that I have found, that they find interviews tougher, in the sense that if you have already prepared well in your gate preparation, especially if you are Go classes student, right, then you are automatically by default you are preparing well. So if you have already prepared well, then you are going to do well in the interview for sure. Like, I have not met Go classes students who are not doing well in the interviews, that's for sure. So just prepare hard. Whether you will be getting air under 100 or not, let's just leave it to the exam. Okay, just prepare hard, and whatever rank you will be getting, it will be definitely be useful. Will you be getting AIR less than 100 or not? Nobody can tell you, because it will depend on how much efforts you are putting in, how much basic knowledge you already have, how much fundamentals you already have clear in your mind, what is your preparation level, what is your IQ level, and at many things it depends on. So this question is I will say not much relevant. Instead, like, just think that whatever rank you are going to get, even if it is under 1,000, then also you are going to land in your dream college if you just crack that interview. And that interview, personally I'm telling you, is very easy, especially for Go classes students. Like, I have observed that almost every Go classes student crack that interview. And even you can talk to the Go classes previous year toppers, those who have cracked the interviews, they will tell you that the interviews are really really easy, because we already cover all the things in the subjects. So just don't worry about the rank, whether you will be getting air 100 or not, under 100 or not. Just keep on preparing. Whatever rank you will be getting will land you to, I mean, whatever means, like, and even if you get under 1,000 rank, it will land you to the your dream college.
Thank you so much, Sachin, for that brilliant answer. All
Thank
right,
you.
let's move on to question 13. This is the last question that we've gotten. And after this, we'll be moving on to questions from people who have raised their hands. In the meanwhile, I want to announce that people that want to drop off this call can feel free to do so, because it seems like we're going to overshoot our deadline even more slightly. But as always, it's going to be really nice to have most of you here with us continuing this call. All right, question 13 is that this person says they graduated in 2020 and appeared for the GATE exam multiple times but didn't qualify. Is GATE preparation even a thing for me or not? I also have poor coding skills. So I think all the mentors can equally weigh in on this one.
Yeah, so maybe I can quickly start here. So yeah, so here the question is or the questioner has already given a GATE exam multiple times. So this question relates to one of the previous questions which me and Deepak have answered, but here it is a more specific case. So it is like already given GATE exam multiple times and saying that he or she has never qualified it even. So for qualifying GATE, the cutoff is typically around 25 marks. So, or in terms of ranks, it will be around 12,000, 13,000 there. So now the question is like, if the person gives GATE one more time, and he or she qualifies, but again, qualifying the GATE for most of the people, qualifying the GATE is not at all relevant, because getting a high 4-digit rank won't get you an admission. But for some reason, if you are looking for just an MTech admission from some college, just to get a degree, then yeah, it might be possible. But if you are looking to get into IITs, this specific case, I wouldn't recommend this person to give GATE thinking that he or she can get into an old IIT, because jumping from like a disqualifying status to a like a good 3-digit rank, it's not easy. And it's like here he or she has already given multiple times. And the other point is like saying that I also have poor coding skills. So that kind of uh, I mean, that gives 2 points here. One is that he or she might not be having a good other job opportunity. And also, like, if you have a good coding skill, mostly like it will help you in GATE also. So that's also a negative point in terms of GATE preparation. So yeah, but personally, I would say it's not worth to try GATE one more time, but maybe other mentors, Sachin or Deepak or Shaik, do you want to add anything here?
No, I think, sir, you have covered it very nicely. So I don't have anything else to add here.
Sir, actually, it is very subjective question, and unless we know the person, we can't actually answer it. As I told you that I have I can say one of my best friend. He was in the similar situation. Okay, and but after 4 attempts, I knew that he can do it, and he also had confidence that he can do it. Then I just told him to restructure his preparation. Okay, I told him not to follow the resources that he has been following for the last 4 years. I told him just throw them, because those resources has not helped him crack the GATE exam. Then I told him to just study for maybe 6 or 7 months in a new way. I told him the subject sequence and few things that he can skip, that these things he can skip, these things he should focus on. So like that, basically I guided him. And in the next GATE exam he got IIT Kanpur. So as I'm saying that it really depends on the student. Does he have confidence? This question, the person who is asking this question, does he or she have confidence that they can do it? Okay, do they have dedication, determination? Because I have seen my friend who prepared, who cracked GATE exam in the 5th attempt. I have seen him that he was very dedicated. Okay, he did not waste time. He did not he did not waste time in the demotivation also. Like I never saw him that he is getting demotivated, and in demotivation he is wasting 3 or 4 days. I never saw him do that. So he has prepared every day, daily, a very very much dedication he had, and confidence also he had that he can do it. So it depends. It really depends on the mindset. If you have the mindset that I can do it, if you have the belief, and if you don't waste your time, Let me tell you again, I'm telling you that if you are wasting time because you are demotivated, that is also a waste of time. So please don't do that. If you are giving your 6 months for gate preparation, then give them fully. Okay, just keep preparing and keep improving every day. So you might crack the gate exam.
Yeah, thanks, Deepak. I think, yeah, that's very good points. And the main thing is that, yeah, what you feel, that is the most important thing here. So you should not blindly follow whatever anyone else is says. So you should have that internal feeling that, okay, you can do it. And if you have that feeling, then you can listen to others on, like Deepak told, the strategy and all. You can listen to some good mentors and take their advice. But the final decision should be your own and what you feel about it. But Deepak, one question like about your friend. So in the previous attempt to getting to IIT Kanpur, like what was his rank, or like
So
approximately?
his rank was around 400.
Oh, means the previous, not the fine actual time, but
Okay, the previous ranks were around 3,000.
okay, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So here, in this question, specifically, the person says that it's not even qualified. So yeah, but uh, again, like Deepak told, it is possible, but chances are very less. So like jumping from not qualifying status to like a three-digit rank. Again, if you feel, or like if you feel like okay, you can do something very different, it is surely possible. But in terms of statistics, such instances are very rare. But yeah, but nothing is impossible. So I would say like you should follow what your heart says, even though my recommendation would be not to not to repeat.
Right, absolutely. Follow what your heart says. I think that's a beautiful way to put it. All right, let's take some questions now. Dhananjay Tyagi, you want to go ahead?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Firstly, I have a very basic concern, and I'm very depressed these days because currently I'm in my final year, and because of some uncertainty issue, because in my first year I was preparing for JE along with the college, and because of that I got my CPI value less. Since then, it haven't increased till now, which is under 5. And I have checked every IIT and every PSU. I do belong from reserve category, even though they have 55% of the benchmark for their selection and for shortlisting. But even though I'm preparing for Go classes with the three subjects that they have done, and also the material that they provide on the YouTube channel. So I just want a basic guidance from you, respected people, that how should I approach? Because I'm in my final year, and for GATE also I need to have some benchmark for the CPI, and also I'm preparing. So please guide me. I'm very hesitated very much.
Right, right. Shaik, you want to take this one?
No, ma'am, no.
All right. Shubham, are you there?
Yeah, I think maybe this question is more for I think regarding the admission criteria for IITs, right? Or like how much the CPI matters there. Am I correct, Dhananjay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is 60% for like general student and 55% for reserve category students.
Okay, okay. So first of all, let me put it this way: like, why is this cutoff itself is there? So, and I think this cutoff will be more for NITs than the IITs.
Sir,
So,
actually,
yeah.
sir, in most of the IITs, they ask that you must have more than 60% for MTech admission. In ISC Bangalore, this criteria is not there. So if you have, let's assume, less than 60%, then also there is no problem in ISC Bangalore. So it depends on the particular IIT or ISC. It depends on them. You should read the brochure, and you should check the eligibility criteria for MTech. And I think in 2018, I remember that IIT Delhi had 65% criteria. IIT Delhi. So I remember that because in my BTech I don't have 65%. I have more than 60, but less than 65. And so I was not. I can say I did not get IIT Delhi. all the other IITs I got, and ISC Bangalore I got. So who is asking this question? Can you please tell me your, like, what is your CGPA in BTech? Like,
It is
why are
basically
you
under
worried?
5.
Yes.
Sir, it is under 5, and I'm in my final year, and it is less than 5. So for an year, I'm a bit confused that should I prepare for GATE rigorously, or should I prepare for the semester exams? Like, this is the
See,
big confusion for me.
if you can get top 50 rank, and if you can get ISC Bangalore, then you then that is the best, that is the best choice. You are in the general category.
No, sir, reserve category student.
Okay, then I think you just have to check the brochure. What is the criteria? Because for the reserve category, sometimes in some IITs there is 50%, 55%. These are the criterias. So maybe you can check the brochure, and uh, because you are saying that your CGPA is less than 50%, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Less than 50%. So I will suggest that in final year you should at least improve it to more than 55. Just try to get it, the overall CGPA of your BTech, that you should get, just cross it 55, so that you can have chances in each IIT.
Thank you, sir.
Arjun sir?
Yeah, thanks, Deepak. Yeah, I think you answered it pretty well. And I think in IISc, the requirement is to have second class in the BTech. So second class actually depends on, they don't specify the marks, but the second class depends on the university where you are taking the BTech from. But in general point, what I wanted to convey is that IITs or IIScs give less importance to BTech marks than, say, like NITs. The reason is that, again, when you do, it's about like which student you call as good student. So in IITs or IISc, those with good marks, they that's not very important for them. But say like if you are going to an NIT, especially like mid and low level NITs, there it is like a more studious student is considered a good student. But when you go to a better college and all, it's more like more it depends on how good you are, or like how good do you perform, and there the marks in the exam is not of that importance. So in many exams, I think Deepak and Sachin might already know, like in IIT and all, in exams, hardly anyone gets like 80% and above. And that is why they in good colleges, they have relative grading. If you put absolute marks there, many people will be like 10%, 20% and all. Yeah.
But sir, actually, once you have gotten into IIT or NIT or ISC, then your point is valid. But actually, in the eligibility criteria of IIT for MTech admission, actually these criterias are there. I did not get
Yeah,
call
that's
from,
what. Yeah,
I did
that's
not get
but
offer from
yeah,
IIT Delhi, so I can say.
yeah, that's correct. I was just saying like why the criteria is different in IITs and in NITs, because most people might think that the criteria will be much higher in IITs and lower in the NITs, but it is actually the reverse.
Yes, sir.
Right, right. That makes sense. Thank you, Arjun and Deepak. Let's move on. Darun Sainath, go ahead.
Hi, guys. Mute.
Yes, Dharun.
Yes, Darun,
Uh,
go ahead.
yeah, sir. Actually, my question is like if you are considering for an admission in RA or MS positions, like it just takes care of your interview performance, or it includes your like your undergrad performance and your GATE score. What is that regarding the OLA?
So if you are going for an research position, it's finally about whether the professor likes you or not. So there again, it depends. It's an individual decision there mostly. So the professor, if he thinks like, okay, he might look at your undergraduate, your projects you have done, everything he might be looking at. And if there is something I catchy anywhere, that can really help. So it's not like you cannot say like one thing is more important than other. But again, sometimes there will be nothing standing out, but in every way, like you will be having like very good like good marks and all. Everything will be like looking decent. So in that case, that can also help. but sometimes like your marks might be very low, but you might have like a very good project that can help. Sometimes your marks will be very high, but you don't have anything else, like no other projects. That can also help. So you cannot say like yeah, because there are, it's not the same person, or like if you go to different IITs and all, you will be interviewing under different professors. But even though this is the case, based on my experience, like in the gate overflow, what I have seen from the previous gate toppers, usually the people who get selected at one IITs for research, they usually have multiple offers, means they get offers at multiple places. And also I have seen from heard from the IIT faculty saying that they hardly gets any good students. So yeah, so if your profile is good, you you will be getting an MS research admission. So there, one thing, this research interview calls are going only to the top, typically around top 1,000 students. So even among them, I would say like gate rank is not a huge differentiate factor there. So the other things, mainly the most important thing there is the basic knowledge of the subject, because the interview is very important. So whatever your profile is, like if in your resume you might have 10 fantastic project, you might have 95 percentage marks. But if in your interview, if you are saying like say even a blunder answer to a basic question, that will be like you will be out. So but if you cannot answer difficult questions, that is very much okay. So so the basics needs to be clear. Like if you like, I think if you follow the discrete mathematics, so class by Deepak, you will be having the basics strong. So once you have the basics strong, that is enough to clear the interviews.
Sir, like just one more question, sir. Like I'm actually preparing for the last 10 days. You've been saying discrete maths is very important, but if you consider in discrete maths any two subjects that is very important, especially for gate preparation and overall computer science preparation, what it would be, sir? Because like I can't be focusing on all the subjects in discrete maths. So any two subjects that will help you in every way, what will be those two subjects?
Uh, so in terms of gate, I would say mathematical logic and yeah, but for other discrete mathematics subject, I won't pick two, because I would say everything is important, and not only for gate. Say like if you are attending say Google interview, there discrete mathematics is a highly recommended one by Google HR people, because many of the questions are directly from that. So, but I can ask Deepak to say like if Deepak has any recommendation here.
For discrete mathematics, sir?
Yeah, like subtopics in discrete mathematics, like combinatorics, graph theory, set theory.
Yes, for interview, actually, the I can say the favorite topic of the interviewer, that is mostly graph theory or the function. So these topics, like I don't think that group theory, group like these topics, I think they will not ask. For example, group theory or lattice theory, or they can ask maybe first order logic, graph theory, and function. These are actually most important. And combinatorics, counting. In the interview, how they will ask counting, I don't know, like will they give the entire question and find the number of ways? I don't think they will do that.
Yes,
But
sorry to interrupt. Actually, my yeah, that is very important. But for gate preparation, because the lectures are really 200 hours lectures, so I'm actually starting the preparation right now. So if you consider in my situation, like which one will you ask me to see the lectures, and which will you ask the summary lectures? So can you just say that so that I can ease out my preparation?
see, Dharun, for because you are starting your preparation right now. Okay, so that is the reason I am saying that for the entire discrete mathematics you can watch summary lectures for the entire discrete mathematics. I promise you that after watching the summary lecture also, for any topic you will be able to solve at least 80% gate previous year questions. And I've already mentioned in this session, I've already mentioned that if you are for any topic, if you are able to solve more than, I can say, 70 or 80% gate PYQs, then that topic is, I can say, you have understood that topic nicely, and you can you are good to go. So I will suggest, because you are starting your preparation right now, I will suggest that for the entire discrete mathematics you can watch summary lectures. For many topics I have already provided summary lectures, but in the next, I can say, next 1 or 2 months, I will complete the discrete mathematics summary lectures. I will complete. Okay, so you can watch those summary lectures once those are available. And the entire discrete mathematics summary lecture, I think that will be around 60 hours. Okay, 60 hours, maybe 70 hours, so that you can watch once those are available.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Arjun, Deepak, and Dharun too for this question. Next, Rinal Madhukar. Go ahead. Rinal, are you there? Rinal Madhukar. All right. It seems we aren't able to hear her at the
Hello?
moment. Hear her, him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rinal, are you there?
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah, I'm Mridal.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Actually, I'm preparing from March itself, and the preparation is going well, but not all of the subjects are completed for me. So I just want to ask, how do I pace up on the preparation so that everything gets covered on time? Because the anxiety is, very high right now. Only 5 months is left.
Yeah, Sachin, you want to take that one?
Yeah, okay. So, hi, Binal. I will say that yes, yeah, like time is less in the sense that we just have 5 6 months. So the anxiety is natural, but don't think that this is just for you. Like since you have started the preparation early, so you will definitely be having the early, I can say the early start advantage. So since you have already covered, few of the subjects, it will definitely be helpful in this journey. Now you just need to plan out. You just need to make the short plan that okay, you will be completing this particular subject by this month. And I will suggest that if you are left with too many subjects or something like that, then you can do in the order of shorter duration. So whichever subject is shorter, you can do that first, so that it will give you the more confidence towards the end. Suppose that if one subject is shorter, then and you are doing it earlier, then it will give you the sense of completion that okay, you have already completed the subject. So just do in that order, and just prepare dedicatedly. Like the don't worry about the anxiety, it is natural. That's all I will say here.
Bhaiya, can I skip few topics if I want? Because there are few topics in actually I'm studying computer networks right now, and few topics is I'm having trouble with. So can I skip those topics? Can you suggest topics which have more, you know,
Okay.
which carries more marks? Yeah.
See, generally, like in computer networks, also, I will say the application layer is least important, and generally they do not ask questions from application layer. So, if you want, you can skip that. But all the other topics are equally important. So, whatever topic you like to skip, you can definitely skip, because if you don't skip that particular topic, then you will tend to skip something else, right? From some other subject. So because of the time constraint, let's suppose if you are not liking some topic, then you can definitely skip it for now. Don't just stick to one particular subject if you are not liking taking some topic, just skip it, and keep in mind that okay, you have skipped it, and then later if you have time, you can cover it. Otherwise, that's okay. For example, in like when I was preparing, then in computer organization, I have left the topic of disk management, and in computer networks also I've left topic of application layer, and for example in DBMS also I think I've left recovery management, or some topics I have left. I also left, and all the toppers leave some topic in one or two subjects, or maybe in, I mean, one or two topics in all the subjects, so it is fine. But don't overdo it. Don't just rely upon the skip topic, that okay, I will be skipping. Don't just have that kind of habit. Try to cover, but if you can't cover, then definitely skip. It's not an issue.
Okay, Bhaiya, thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Mrinal. Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you.
Next question, Aryavrat Mishra.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes, go ahead.
So first of all, I want to thank you to Sachin sir. Initially, I was having a very trouble in solving the questions and all, but he motivated me. He called me, and I was enrolled in the other coaching. So he helped me how I can just watch the lectures and increase my marks and all. And so I would like to request you to make a video on how to analyze test series, or how to analyze questions from the test series or mock test, such that I can score good marks in the next iteration. Because what I found is, after solving some questions, I make some question right every time, and some questions even in the another iteration I do it wrong. I don't know. I try to analyze it properly. I try to revise the concept and all, but still I make those type of questions wrong in the next iteration. So this is the one question. And another thing is, I am studying. I am after inspiring by you, I have increased my study hours, but still I think that my efficiency is not that great. I am not able to achieve the daily goals which I set. Means put in my efforts, but the result I am not getting that much. Means in the terms of what I think. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so actually, I think regarding the test series analysis, Deepak has already taken one session last year. So we will share that link with you. You can just ask me on the Telegram. Okay, just tag me in the group, and then we will share that link with you. And regarding the efficiency, yes, it is there. Like, I mean, generally, many of the aspirants doesn't meet their daily targets. Reason is that because they either over target it, or they think that the topic is easy, but eventually that is, since you're learning first time, that is actually the tricky topic. So you don't actually know whether you will be taking 1 hour or two hour for this particular topic, because you are very in the beginning stage. So don't focus on this much. Yes, having the daily target is good thing, but don't focus on this much. I mean, as long as you are honest with yourself, as long as you are having the good you are putting the good number of hours daily, and you are not wasting the time, it is definitely I mean, your preparation is definitely going in very well shape. So don't worry about the target, just worry about whether you are wasting time or not. If you're not wasting time, then everything is good. You will eventually get the rank, that is for sure. Because I have not met people who are honestly putting the efforts, but they are not getting the desired result. Yes, there are few cases, but it is they miss it with some marks, because sometimes it is about how you perform on the exam day, but it won't be like it I mean, luck factor won't be coming too much, because it may drag your marks at most 5 marks, by 5 or 6 marks, but not much. So don't worry whether you will be doing good in the exam or not. If you're putting the honest efforts, then luck or bad luck or good luck won't be doing anything. You will eventually be cracking it. So just make sure that you don't waste time. If you're meeting the daily targets or not, it is secondary, because it is not in your hand.
Okay, sir. And like as you told me to watch your lectures, because they are shorter as compared to be honest, Deepak sir lectures. So I have been watching your lectures. But sir, what will you suggest, like the topics, big subjects of the Deepak sir subjects? Like what should I do now? Because I have already previously studied from the other coaching. I've covered almost all the syllabus, but still I need to, means I'm studying your subjects as well. But the Deepak sir's lectures are a bit lengthy, as you know that very well. So how could I manage in less time?
So yeah, so first, you actually have to cover all the things. If there are things that you can't cover, then obviously you will be skipping at the end. So first cover the subjects which in the order which you want to, and then at the end, if let's suppose you tend to leave one or two subjects, then it is not in your hand, so you can leave it, and you can still manage to get top 500 rank or top 800 rank. And as we I don't know if you are in this session from the beginning, but as we told in the beginning that even if you get 800 rank, under 800 or under 1000 rank, then also it is very good rank to get you into the top college. So don't worry about this now, just keep putting maximum number of hours that you can put daily. And at the end, if there is the subject that you can't cover, then you can skip it. It might be bringing your rank down with few numbers, but if the other subjects are good, definitely you will be getting under 500 or under 600 rank. Okay, so don't worry about it. Like if there is something that okay you need to skip at the end, then you have to skip it. There is no other way, because we have the less time. But try to do one thing, that whatever you're studying, that should be with the 100% clarity. In the sense that if you're studying, let's suppose some subject, for now let's suppose you are studying operating system, then make sure that you are able to solve all the PYQs. You are okay, may not be able to solve the test series questions because they are generally on the tougher side, but just make sure that you are able to solve the PYQs at least. If you're able to solve the PYQs for the subject that you are reading, it is very very good indicator that you will be solving the GATE 2025 questions also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Sachin. Thank you, Aryavrat, for your question. Please keep your questions short, everybody, and try as much as possible to avoid follow-up questions. This is simply so that everybody here gets a chance to ask at least one question. All right, next question. Atharva Chaudhary,
Yes.
go
Hello.
ahead.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am, for letting me ask my question. Uh, so, sir, I started my preparation, I think, 2 or 2.5 months back. So, there are some subjects which are pending for me, like discrete mathematics. It was started way before. So, what I had a doubt is I am currently going with the schedule. So, do you recommend that we are already doing two subjects at a time with the schedule? So, do you recommend I add a third subject as well for covering my backlog, or I do it on weekends? What strategy should I follow?
So I think two subjects are good. Don't do three subjects in parallel. Like this is my suggestion. Okay, so don't do three subjects. Two subjects are good.
Okay, thanks, sir. And just one more doubt that after the schedule which was provided by when I took the admission, the entire schedule, like on when the entire syllabus will be ended. So after that, sir, there will be summary lectures or everyday live sessions will be conducted. What is the plan?
So here I will just say that don't. I mean, the honest answer is that don't just rely on the coaching. I mean, we will be providing our best efforts, but you should be also be having the time for self study. So once you cover the syllabus, then see that how you are going to cover the test series, PYQs, and these things. Yes, we will be having the revision sessions. We will be having the practice sessions. We will be having PYQ solving sessions. We will be having summary marathons and like that. We will be putting our efforts, but don't just think that okay, what the coaching is doing, I will do that only. Obviously you need the time for self study, because that's where you need to be you will be evaluating yourself by the test series. You will be having you need to have you should be having the good time for the self practice for the PYQs also. So yes, we will be putting the efforts in various forms, but you should also make sure that you are solving the test series and the PYQs.
Okay, thank you, sir,
Okay.
and also thank you for such amazing lecture, sir.
Thank you.
Previously, I had joined some other institute, but Deepak sir and your lectures have clearly, I have to entirely make my new notes because some concepts were very vivid for me. And because of that, I was not able to do well in previous attempt. So thank you once again, sir.
Yeah,
Deepak sir,
thank you, Athav, for
thank you so much.
joining. Thank you.
Thank you, Atharva. All right, next, Siddharth.
Hello.
Yeah, go
Hello,
ahead.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to complete 5 more subjects in the preparation. I started my preparation in March only, from March only. And also the subjects that I have completed until now are the subjects which I feel easy. I mean, this is my second attempt. I attempted last year also. वो सब्जेक्ट्स मेरे लिए इजी था और जो सब्जेक्ट्स मैं चालू करना चाहता था वो matlab, I mean CN or OS, COA. These subjects are bit tricky for me and tougher also. And I left those subjects in my last attempt. I'm able to score. Matlab, I gave tests on a subject that I have completed weekly quizzes. Rapid test series not from the Go classes. I enrolled in the other coaching test series also. I just gave those test series. I don't know. Matlab, in the market they have like they are tough questions will be there in those test series. I'm able to score around 70 to 80% in marks in those test series and the weekly quizzes also. I just want to ensure key in the other subjects also I should be able to get that much level of understanding of the subject. Shall I practice more number of questions or should I prefer reading reference books to that particular subjects like OS? If we specifically if I say कि OS subject synchronization का concepts में multiple मतलब semaphore multiple use करते हैं सर. वो I feel tough those topics. Should I prefer doing more practice questions or should I prefer reading any standard textbook for those kind of
So,
subjects?
yeah. So Siddharth, have you completed operating system from Go classes?
No, sir. I'm about to complete, sir. I haven't started it. TOC and algorithms are going on. I have completed algorithms. I have to complete OS, CN, CD, DBMS, and COA. Three of them are tough
Okay.
for me. Yes, sir.
Sure. So actually, since you have not started, that's why I will just say that you should complete the subjects which you are finding difficulty, especially like you mentioned OS and CN. You should complete those subjects from Go classes, and I'm very much confident that you will love those subjects most. So initially, now you might be thinking that those are the difficult ones, but
Yes, sir.
among my subjects which I've taken at Go classes, that OS and
Yes,
CN
sir.
are the subjects which are like I have taken with most efficiency, I can say. So
Yes,
particularly
sir.
for OS, that is true. In fact, we have got more than hundreds of feedback for OS, and like and every feedback had big paragraphs, not just one or two lines. So they love the
Yes,
subject
sir.
too much. So OS
Yes,
is
sir.
one of my favorite subject that I taught at Go classes. So you will definitely love that subject. So just start studying, and then you will realize that okay, you were missing like
Yes, sir.
you're missing the
Yeah,
beauty of the subject.
right
So
content.
definitely
Yes,
love
sir.
that subject. Okay.
And sir, also, TOC was one of the toughest subject for me, and I left the subject. The way Deepak sir has matlab, taught the subject, matlab, it became my easy subject and also my favorite topic. Undecidability वो topic इतना अच्छा पढ़ाया सर ने. और
Right.
मैं आपको भी बहुत थैंकफुल है सर कि आपने जो अल्गोरिदम्स में आपने बोला था पहले ग्राफ्स मैंने अच्छे से पढ़ाया था. मतलब ग्राफ्स जो मैंने पढ़ाया था वो बहुत अच्छे मुझे लगा था और आपको भी लगेगा. और DFS और जिसके सब मिनिमम स्पैनिंग
Thank you
एल्गोरिदम्स
so much
सारे.
for that.
Thank you. Yeah, Siddharth.
या
Thank
ओके
you.
सर.
That's really kind of you to say. Thank you so much. All right, next. Mahesh.
Yeah, hi sir.
कुमार लड़का.
Yeah, now after completing a concept, I am solving PYQs and the questions you have mentioned in the slides and homework questions. So is that enough solving those questions? I'm getting feeling that I'm not solving enough questions. Is there any good resources to solve for enough questions like that? That's my question.
I'm really wondering that you are having time after PYQs and the test series and weekly quiz. I don't think you will be having time. एक बार आप
Yeah.
देखिए like I'm almost sure that आपको you will not be having time, neither it is needed. So don't worry, you can just follow whatever we are providing, and you can join the combined test series, Go classes and GATEOverflow test series. You will be having plenty of the questions in both the test series, and we are also providing weekly quizzes. PYQs are there, so there are too many questions to practice with. I don't think you will be having any time after those questions, neither it is needed.
Okay. Is that enough to go with that only, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Further to add on
Thank you
that,
so much, Mahesh. Right, Shaik, go ahead.
yeah, further to add on that, in Jivo, mentors test series are also available for free. You can try that. Very beautiful questions are compiled by Vikram sir, and you love that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I already enrolled in both test series. Sir. I just about to go start.
No,
Yeah,
I
so
am saying
Shaik
that in
was
Jivo.
yeah, so Shaik was telling about Test by Mendes, which is also there in GateOverflow website, and that is actually free for everyone.
Okay. Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Is Devika here?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Go ahead, Devika.
Sir, actually, I was having doubt that I have two backlogs of third year, and currently I have to attend colleges too, and I'm not getting 7 to 8 hours to prepare for GATE, and so I don't know how to prepare.
Deepak, would you like to take this question?
So, Deepika, you are in college and you are not getting 7 to 8 hours every day. This is your question.
Yes, sir, and currently I'm preparing for I have started TOC and C programming,
You are in which semester?
seventh semester.
Okay, and which subjects you have completed already?
None of I didn't complete any of the subjects, sir. I have recently started it, just 1 week.
Okay, okay. You have just started, and right now you are studying C language, and the second subject was
Theory of computation.
theory of computation. Okay, so actually, we have already answered this question. I think in this session, actually, see, if you have started now, then you should first complete the subjects which are small, like C language is a small subject, like digital logic is there, engineering mathematics is there. So there are some small subject, uh, also like operating system. So these subjects basically you can complete in the beginning. Okay, so it will give you confidence that you have done four subjects. Okay, that kind of confidence you will get, and by that time, for the subjects which are long, like discrete mathematics, that is a long subject. For those subjects, summary lectures will be available. The complete subject will have 60 to 70 hours of summary lectures. So those summary lectures you can watch for those long subject. And I can tell you one thing, that from by watching the summary lecture also, you will be able to solve the gate pyqs easily. So basically you don't have to think that okay, these are summary lectures, so are these enough or not. So those will be enough. We are creating complete and comprehensive summary lecture we are creating. So after watching the summary lectures, you will be able to solve almost, I can say, more than 80% gate pyqs you will be able to solve easily. So this strategy you can adopt. And because you are already saying that you are with your college, you are not getting, I can say, 7 to 8 hours of study you are not getting. So this is the best strategy that you can follow. Okay, you will get some confidence that you have completed 4 or 5 subject. That confidence you will get in the next 2 months. So that is the reason, start with the small subject. The subject that I already told you, you can start with those subjects. That will give you a lot of confidence. And after completing a subject, I can say dedicatedly give maybe 2 days for gate pyqs of that subject. Like once you complete operating system, then dedicatedly from the GATEOverflow PDF, you know about GATEOverflow PDF. From GATEOverflow PDF, you can just solve the operating system gate previous year questions. And one more thing, when you are solving the gate previous year questions of any subject, then always remember that if you are able to solve 70 or 80% gate previous year questions, then your subject understanding is good. Okay, your preparation is good. So you don't have to worry that okay, I'm not able to solve this question, I'm not able to solve that question. So there will be some questions that you will not be able to solve, because no one can solve, I can say, all the questions in the first go. No one can solve. So in the first go, if you are solving, let's assume 70 to 80% questions, if you are gate questions you are solving by yourself, then that is a very good preparation. And so this is what you can do.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Deepak.
sir.
Just to add on that, even though this is what I am going to tell is not directly answering the question asked, but for those who are in the BTech, especially in the say second, third years and all, I would say to focus more on like the lectures for GATE rather than like what is taught in the college or even like non-standard books. If you are following standard books, that is perfect. But otherwise, what is in the GATE syllabus is more important, even for your college. You might get, say, slightly lower marks, but that hardly matters. So talking about personally, like all the subjects which I was like really good at, or like I got good marks in GATE, I think in my BTech I got the least marks in those subjects. Programming in C was one of those subjects which I thought I was very good during BTech, and I think I got most of the answers in GATE correctly. But in my BTech university exams, that is one of the subject I got the least amount of marks, because in BTech, what you write matters a lot, and also like what you need to write is what the teachers expect. But in GATE, it is not like that. But my advice would be like focus on GATE and the concepts, and even if you get slightly lower marks in your undergraduate, that hardly matters in your life. One of my junior at IAC, he was the batch topper. He was getting almost the top grade in all the subjects, and he was only having like 60 percentage in not only BTech but BTech, higher secondary, like plus two and 10th. All around he was always getting only like 50 percentage and 60 percentage, but in IAC he was the topper, like topper there is like 100 percentage. So yeah, that is because what gets evaluated during until undergraduate is mostly about your memory power. But in a good college, when you do masters, it's all about the application part, or like your memory power is less important there.
Right, right. Very true, Arjun. Thank you so much. Next, I think we can hear from Sayan Chakraborty.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for answering my question. I want to ask the question that recently I have appeared for the Go test series, and there the test series of the questions are really seems fantastic, and they are each and every topic wise separate tests are available. This is a remarkable. I learned each topic and each test is I can appear. So after learning one topic, when I go for the appear for the test, I know that I learned the topic perfectly and appeared every PIQs. I can solve every PIQs from my own. But when comes to the test series, I am not able to answer. According to the Go test series, I am not able to answer 50% to 60% of the question. But whereas when I am compared to the other toppers in the test series, I am not under 10 according to the rank. There I got 30 to 40 rank, not even under 30. So this gives me also demotivation, क्योंकि मैं इतना अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करा हूँ एक टॉपिक पर, फिर भी उससे मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं बन रहा है. तो how should I approach this? I want to ask.
So, San, I think similar questions have been already answered by Deepak and Sachin. But one important point I wanted to add here is that when you give the test series, you should be comparing only with your marks and your performance. I would hardly, I mean, I would highly recommend to avoid comparison with what others are doing. Means even like I know that there is a top 10 rank list for each test, but just ignore that. As long as your performance, and you know that how much mark you need to get to a GATE topper, right? So only focus on that. You might be getting 30 marks, there might be someone getting 45 or 48 marks, and some of them might be like faking the exams. Like many things might be happening in the test, and some of them might be actual marks only. Like there were many people who were consistently getting like 45 marks out of 50, and in the GATE also they might be getting like 90 marks, but those are very few people. So like I told, the topper in the GATE will be getting 90, say around 90 marks, and you might be getting 20 marks lower than that, say 70 marks, but still you will be in the top 100. So I would say, or like for any GATE aspirant, stop comparing with anyone else especially in the test series marks. Focus only on your mark and how you can be getting to that 70-80 percentage levels. And
sir,
I don't. Yeah.
I want to ask one thing, that when I attempting test series, their timer is showing on the screen, and after solving each and every question, when the time is remaining less, and the questions are remaining also, means more number of questions remaining, then feels anxiety under inside. So most of the question I am able to not solve, and uh, able to not solve means one iteration I have not able to solve each and every क्वेश्चन, इजी क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो मुझसे छूट जा रहा है, तो ऐसे ये कैसे मैं अटेम्प्ट करूँ, मतलब हैंडल करूँ?
Yeah, so this question is specifically about the time management in attempting an exam, right? So I think that will need a detailed answer, or like I don't know if Sachin or Deepak, do you want to answer that?
Sorry, sir. Actually, missed the question. Please tell me.
So in a sense, it is asking like there is not enough time to answer all the questions. So we might be missing the easy ones, or the ones which we can answer easily. And so, or in other words, it is like how to avoid more time being spent on questions which we are not able to answer.
Sir, I am not able to differentiate means tough and easy question. Tough question taking more time in the test series. At that moment, I am not able to differentiate. Is it tough or easy?
Yeah, that's
yeah. Actually, when I was preparing, then I would see that how frequent this topic or how frequent this concept is in the gate exam, in the previous year gate exam. Like in the test series, let's assume we have put a question of static hazard in digital logic. Okay, there is one question in the go class test series, static hazard based question is there. So you can skip that question, because in the last 40 years of gate computer science, only one time that question has come, that concept has come in the gate exam. So you can skip it. For example, if there is a pumping lemma question, you can skip it, because in the last 40 years only one question has come from pumping lemma, that came in I think 2020. Okay, so basically one thing I want to suggest, that let's assume there is a question of SQL and or cache memory, which you think that it is difficult, it is hard. Actually that is mandatory, because SQL, cache memory, these are the topics which come in the gate exam every year. So even the hard question of these topics you must solve, you must not skip. Okay, you should solve the hard questions of these topics. So for me, which questions I will prefer to skip, I will prefer to skip those questions which do not come in the gate exam, or I can say which rarely come in the gate exam. So those questions I will prefer to skip, but I will not skip a question just because it is complicated. If there is a cache memory question which is complicated, I will still solve it. I will still see where I'm making mistake. I will still just try to understand the explanation that is given, or the video solution that is given. I will try to understand it, because this topic is very important in the gate exam. The question will definitely come from these topics. So this is my criteria for skipping a topic.
Sir, in the
Yeah,
example,
Deepak, yeah, I think yeah, you answered a very important point. But here I think the main question was during giving an exam, during a test, how to skip the questions means
Okay.
In terms of whether like how much time to spend on a question, and whether I will be getting the correct answer or not. So how to do that? Yes.
Okay, sir. Now I understood the question. So actually, I will answer it from my experience. As you know that I have got multiple times I have got rank in the GATE computer science exam. So I will tell you that when I am in the exam, in the GATE exam, when I am there and I'm reading the question, and if I think that okay, this concept is not my strong concept, then I will skip that question without reading the question completely. I will just go to the next question. First I will solve the questions which are my strong point. Okay, uh, if I see a question from theory of computation, then I will definitely solve it, because that is my strong point. Similarly, you will also have some strong points and some weak points. For example, let's assume computer organization is your weak point. Then when you see the computer organization question, you should move to the next question. You should handle it at the end, maybe. Okay, so for example, if you are giving a topic test, and let's assume you are giving a topic test of scheduling, in operating system, scheduling algorithm question is there, test is there, and there are 15 questions of scheduling. Now there also you can see that maybe there is some question from a particular scheduling algorithm in which you are not very confident. For example, maybe some these scheduling algorithms are there, like feedback. Okay, I'm forgetting the names. So some algorithms are there. Okay, so maybe you are not confident in those algorithms, then you can skip that question for now. You can come back to it at the end. Okay, so this type of strategy, I can say everyone should do it. You should not read the question completely, think about it, then you skip it. No, if it is not your, if it is your weak point, just skip it as soon as you see it. Okay, you can come to it, you can come back to that question at the end, but first you solve all your strong point questions. That is my suggestion to you. So any particular situation, if you say, and if you can give me, I can, maybe I can elaborate
Yes,
more.
sir. I am asking about if I means I have a strong point on a topic, but in the exam, if that question comes, but it's a paragraph type question, like I reading sometime, and after that I know that it's my strong point, but when I am solving the question, I am not getting the actual answer. That gives me anxiety inside. So
See, if it is your strong point concept, you know that, okay, concept you understand, concept you know, now you read the question. Now after reading the question, if you are not getting the idea how to approach this question, then move on. You don't have to, spend 2 minutes thinking that, okay, what will be the approach, what will be the approach. You don't have to do that. You can come back to this question at the end. So see, when you read the question, if that question you can do, then immediately some approach will click, that okay, I can, maybe I can do this approach. Okay, but if you are not getting the approach, how to solve this question, how to approach this question, then if you are not getting this idea, then you can skip that question for now, and you can come back to this question at the end. So even for the strong topics also you can do this. So I remember that there was a question in computer organization. So I think in 2021, I remember there was a question, and even though computer organization is, I can say, my strong point, but when I read that question, I was not getting the idea how to approach. It was very confusing to me, and I was just reading the question. I was not, I can say, I was not able to make sense of that question, so I skipped it. I came back to it at the end. Okay, so it in the gate exam, it won't affect your rank, because as Arjun sir is also saying that in the gate computer science exam, 90 marks means all India rank 1, 80 marks means all India rank top 50, or maybe even single digit rank. 80 plus means single digit rank or top 50, and 70 plus means top 100 rank. So in the gate computer science exam, you don't have to score the, I can say, full marks. Okay, if let's assume there is some question which you cannot do, then also it is fine. If you get 70 marks, then most probably you will be in top 100 in the double digit rank.
सर मैं एक एक्सपीरियंस बताऊँ आपको कि लास्ट ईयर आई हैव written GATE exam and I learned each subject means nicely. So, and I have not learned aptitude so much, but in GATE exam I am not able to manage the time so much, and I took 3 hours totally in the particularly means computer science subjects, and after that I got 40 marks, and those tough and easy I don't measure that, and I took the question in my ego, like I have learned so much, but I'm not able to answer the question, and after all, when the time
So
time is
sorry,
over.
Sayan. Hey, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Would it be possible for you to ask your question on Telegram instead, or in the comment section here? Right?
Sayan,
If you can,
you can
the mentor
Sayan,
will
you can send me a message. We can talk about it over call. Okay, Sayan, do you have my like on the Telegram? You can send
Yes,
me a
sir.
message, or if you have my WhatsApp number, you can send me a message on the WhatsApp. Okay, we will continue this discussion over call. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Deepak. Thank you, Sayan. Manas, I think you're waiting to ask a question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask that in engineering mathematics probability, I'm not able to solve the questions of probability. Like if I talk about other subjects, I have gained enough confidence that whenever I see any question, I am able to approach it and I can even solve that question. But coming to engineering mathematics, most of the time this happened that I take too much time for solving a question of engineering mathematics, and if particularly talking about probability, it is the case I am not able to solve the questions of probability. Means it is my weak point, or I fear too much from probability. I am not able to understand. Even I have watched engineering mathematics lecture twice, complete engineering mathematics twice. Then also I am not able to solve the questions with confidence. What should I do, sir?
So Manas, that is okay, and it happens with everyone for one topic or another. So for you it is probability, for others it might be some other topic. So don't overdo it. If you are still facing the difficulty, it's okay. Like as we suggested multiple times, you don't have to score 100 out of 100 to get top rank. So that's okay. Like just move to the next topic, and in the exam, I'm sure that if you have already done it twice, I'm sure that if it is moderate level question, you will definitely be able to do it, and you could have already seen the progress that you are making in the topic, right? So it's not like that whatever the status of the topic was before and after even doing twice, it is the same status. You must have improved a lot. Do you agree with that?
यस सर, मतलब इट्स लाइक जितना टाइम मैं पहले लेता था किसी क्वेश्चन को अप्रोच करने में, नाउ इट हैज रिड्यूस्ड. बट प्रोबेबिलिटी इज अ पॉइंट, लाइक किसी और सब्जेक्ट में भी अगर कोई प्रोबेबिलिटी का क्वेश्चन आ जाता है तो आई मतलब डर लगता है उस क्वेश्चन, डर तो क्या ही लगता है, आई एम नॉट एबल टू अप्रोच दैट क्वेश्चन करेक्टली.
Okay, actually, probability has two parts in the sense one of the kind of probability is related to the random variable things that we have studied in engineering mathematics, and another one is counting related thing. I think you are talking about the counting related part, क्योंकि बाकी questions में generally जो नॉन इंजीनियरिंग मैथमेटिक्स क्वेश्चन है, जो मतलब सब्जेक्ट कोर सब्जेक्ट के क्वेश्चंस हैं, उनमें they generally ask counting related probability kind of questions. So for that you need to watch discrete mathematics lecture, and by some chance, let's suppose, obviously, like Deepak sir ने वहाँ पे I think more than 500 questions solve कराए हैं, but still let's suppose you are not able to solve something, okay, even after watching those all lectures, it is okay. मतलब इतना दिल पे नहीं लेना है कि वही वही सीखना है आपको. You need to learn 10 subjects, तो एक ही सब्जेक्ट नहीं सीखना है. नहीं समझ में आया, कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गई, इट इज ओके, मतलब दैट्स फाइन, इट हैपेंस. तो आप नेक्स्ट टॉपिक पे जंप कर जाओ, एंड यू नो योर वीक पॉइंट्स, राइट? अगर वो एग्जाम में आता है तो जस्ट थिंक कि मैं पहले बाकी क्वेश्चन से स्कोर कर लूं. इफ टाइम परमिट्स, देन यू कैन कम बैक टू दैट पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन व्हिच इज ऑफ योर वीक पॉइंट, एंड देन यू कैन सी इफ यू कैन आंसर दैट क्वेश्चन. सो दैट्स फाइन, मतलब इट इज ओके. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू सॉल्व, स्टिल यू कैन क्रैक गेट, एंड you can get top rank, don't worry.
मानस, मानस एक्चुअली एक चीज की आपने प्रोबेबिलिटी के लेक्चर देख लिए, आपने कोशिश करी समझने की, फिर आपने क्वेश्चन भी सॉल्व किए, मतलब आपने अपनी तरफ से एफर्ट डाला, फिर भी आपको वो टॉपिक समझ में नहीं आया. ऐसा सभी के साथ होता है, मतलब हर कोई बहुत लोग आपको बताएंगे नहीं, लेकिन मतलब है ना, होता है ना, कुछ टॉपिक होता है जो कितना भी पढ़ लो, कितना भी वो आता ही नहीं है समझ में. मेरे लिए ऐसा सब्जेक्ट कंप्यूटर नेटवर्क था कि मैं कितना भी पढ़ लो, मैं 2 बार पढ़ लिया, अलग अलग जगह से पढ़ लिया, लेकिन अलग अलग किताबों से पढ़ लिया, लेकिन नहीं समझ में आ रहा था. मतलब बन नहीं रही थी. एक होता ना कि मतलब उस सब्जेक्ट के साथ मेरी बॉन्डिंग बन नहीं रही थी. तो सेम मतलब आपके साथ वो प्रोबेबिलिटी के अंदर जैसे हो रहा है, तो ज्यादा ज्यादा क्या होगा कि एक क्वेश्चन आएगा यार, मतलब एक क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा. हो सकता है अगर प्रोबेबिलिटी के अगर 2 क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं तो एक तो बहुत ईजी होगा. तो मतलब कि मतलब प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या आप देख लो, चाहे किसी भी 65 में से मैक्सिमम 2 क्वेश्चन होंगे, अगर 2 हैं तो एक इजी होगा, वो आप इजीली कर लोगे, या फिर एक ही क्वेश्चन होगा. तो ऐसा ऐसा नहीं है कि उसकी उसकी वजह से आपकी कोई रैंक बिगड़ जाएगी, ऐसा नहीं होगा. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होने वाला है कि उसकी वजह से आपकी कल को आप बोलो कि यार उसकी वजह से मेरी रैंक चली गई, वरना तो मेरी रैंक टॉप 100 में आ जाती है, इसकी वजह से मैं 1000 के बाहर चला गया. ऐसा नहीं होगा, ठीक है? और ऐसा किसी भी टॉपिक की वजह से नहीं होगा. लेकिन हाँ, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप एकदम ऐसे हर टॉपिक के लिए ऐसा सोच सोच के आप टॉपिक को छोड़ते जाओ, ऐसा नहीं करना है. आपने कोशिश कर लिया, आपने मेहनत कर लिया, आपने लेक्चर देख लिया, आपने कोशिश करी, लेकिन फिर भी नहीं हो रहा, क्लिक नहीं हो रहा, तो कोई बात नहीं है, इतना कोई दिल पे लेने की जरूरत नहीं है.
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
Thank you so much, Deepak. All right, so that's a wrap, and that brings us at the end of our session today. There's a special announcement that I have to make, which is from Geo, which is that So this year, Geo is planning to give out some contributor awards, and we're planning to give them out in two categories for the years 2024 and lifetime. The categories are for mentors and moderators. So stay tuned for these announcements, which will be coming out during this week. These are also part of our 10th anniversary celebrations. And for a lot of you that were there on our website, I think you'll see that I had also invited nominations for these categories. The results of those will be announced in this upcoming week, so stay tuned for those. And in the end, I'd like to thank all of you. And there's 53 of you present here, despite having overshot our deadline once, twice, thrice, and then I think even the fourth time. It's 6:36 now. Thank you so much to everybody that's still been with us through this time. We've had such a fun conversation interacting with all of you. I'd like to specially thank the mentors that took their time out today to join all of us and to personally answer all the questions that were raised here. Thank you so much, Sachin, Deepak, Arjun, Shaik, Shubham. Your presence here is so important and vital. You're the glue to the entire community, I could say. So students come and go, but you guys are ever present here in all their lives. Thank you so much for making such a huge difference in each one of their lives. Finally, to all of you students that are present here, the GATEOverflow community would not exist without you. So thank you all so much for being here. Your engagement, your dedication, your contributions, your participation, all of this is vital to keeping our community alive. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I hope you had a very engaging session. We had a very engaging session, certainly, with all of you. And I think we'll see you guys around soon. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.